they get it. To put it mildly, they get payback. Cousin Alexei, which was in another several robot reports ago about this supposedly either half-breed human alien type of thing. That's what the data described it as, so that's how I'm reporting it to you. He's still there, and they're on the assumption now that the video that they said that would be taken of this guy, of some kind of interview he does that ends up going viral, has already happened. We just haven't gotten it in our hands yet, kind of thing. Not on the internet. It's not been given yet to go viral, but it should happen. I don't know if he said it was sometime this year or next year or halfway through this year. That cousin Alexei, as it's been called, takes shape. The U.S. dollar, the whole currency is going to be collapsed. It is going to be so devastating. And one of the telltale signs that and it's going to rapidly happen, is that, which is obvious now, the reserve currency U.S. dollar status is gone. And we already know it's going away. It's still kind of there, and a lot of people still think it's actually the truth today, not paying attention. It's going away, and it goes away fairly rapidly, where the rest of the international world says, yeah, you know what, we don't want that turd anymore. Got something else? No? Yeah. Listen, thanks, but no thanks. Have a nice day. We don't want to deal with you. And then it gets to the point where it's just United States uses the dollar still within our own country, but it goes through like a radical worthlessness kind of thing, even though it's still being used, because people realize, well, what else are we going to use? I mean, what else are we going to use? It's our dollar. It's in our country. No one else wants it. We still have to survive. So it's the thing that's already there. Let's use it. It doesn't quite work out that well. And again, gold and silver is going to skyrocket during all these crises. And there's going to be food shortages, thunderstorms, rainstorms that drop so much water in such a short amount of time. It's baffling. Rivers that turn and flow backwards into these large sinkholes that suck up some river water. Fairly decent sized lakes will be sucked down dry through underneath their sinkholes coming up. Sinkhole phenomenon is going to be fairly huge. It's really going to get in gear in 2011 apparently. It's not going to stop by no means, nor is it going to be the worst. It's going to be apparent to even the sheep. And other good news is, the way I'm going to describe this is, when I started doing this research and all kinds of stuff, which I was led everywhere, in 2006, 2007 came, I started getting on the 9/11 stuff. Okay, 2007, 2008, I'm on there typing on YouTube on these 9/11 inside job videos. Yeah, this is disgusting. I can't believe this. And then there's like maybe one or two guys like me commenting about that. Yeah, this is, how could they do that to their own people? Meanwhile, 8, 9, 10 other people to R2. In other words, like 8 to 2, or maybe 10 to 2. Kind of ratio, 10 bozos trying to debunk us 2 people on these videos, telling us we're not patriotic and we're stupid and we're liars. How can we say that? We're so dumb. You think these terrorists didn't do it, you're stupid, blah blah blah. And I go back to those same videos. I mean, even a year ago, I could go back to those same videos. They haven't changed. They haven't been re-uploaded. It's the same date. It's been there for several years. And I look at the comments and I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. There's only one bozo now on there fighting the rest of the people who now think like me and put all these things 2 and 2 together, realize it was an inside job. There's way more to the story when we're told, etc. And there's one guy commenting to everybody individually, you're this, you're that, calling names. And then you go click on the guy's name and see he just goes around to all the 9/11 truth videos trying to debunk them all, like, single-handedly. I mean, he's done. Society is finally caught on, basically, is what this means. So now it takes like the 100 monkey syndrome. Once 100 monkeys caught on, the other 10,000 monkeys caught on and started doing what the 100 monkeys were doing. And that story, by the way, is why I'm telling you that is because the webbot is saying the whole thing about the dollar death, the economy, the shadow government that takes control of everything, the banking, the whole thing that we're trying to wake people up to, all of this stuff. And the mass majority of sheeple don't want to hear it, don't believe it, refuse to listen to it, are going to do what I just told you happened to me on YouTube. It'll reach a critical level where everyone starts to rub shoulders with each other, and they keep hearing it from too many different angles, and then they want to kind of are curious about it. And they said one of the lighting a fire under their butt factors would be they lost there is no more Social Security, it's gone. The retirement, gone. The U.S. dollar collapsed. Food is skyrocketing. They have nothing left. They're freaking out. Oh my God. Now they've been punched in the face with reality. where Dr. Doom was trying to gently pat them with reality for the last 3-4 years, and they didn't want to hear it. So stop emailing me, stop sending me that stuff. I don't want to hear it. You're a doomer. You're, you know, blah blah blah. No, I'm trying to wake your dumb ass up. So anyways, those people, which is the mass majority of sheeple actually, get punched in the face with this reality. My savings are gone. The dollar just collapsed. It's not used internationally anymore. My retirement's gone. The 401k is gone. This all happened relatively quickly. Now they have no choice but to be punched in the face with reality and face it. So they can either go into denial, which they've been doing, so they can't go back there because, oh, that didn't work, and I can't go into denial when I'm being punched in the face 50 times by my 401k's gone. Ooh, that hurt. My dollar's gone. Boom. Oh, that hurt. I didn't get gold and silver. Damn, that one really hurt. You know, etc. Those people were going to say, well, how come I didn't know that? I'm a smart person. I'm fairly intelligent. I'm a human being too. How could I have not known that? And they're going to be upset with themselves. They may not say that out loud, and they may not tell anybody they're doing this, but they're going to go to their computer and start researching. Well, how could I have not known that? Maybe that's what that guy said. Let me go see what my old friend that I told to leave me alone and see, see what he used to send me. See if I can find some of his old emails, or and then they start doing their own research by themselves. No help from outside. Just let me go do this. I've been collapsed. I'm facing reality right now. I'm having a moment. I want to do this by myself. And that's the best way to wake up, I got to tell you. Because they found the information on their own. They fed it to themselves. It wasn't handed to them by someone else. Now they can realize, okay, well, if that was a conspiracy theory, it can't possibly be a conspiracy theory. It's got to be the truth, because I did lose my 401k. The dollar is collapsed, and gold and silver, compared to a year ago, whenever this happens, was, silver was $50. Now it's $300. So that can't be a conspiracy. That's true. And I was told to stay in there with my 401k, and even now I'm finding out that even if I want to take my 401k out, I can't, because it's tied and I have a job. So if you have a job, you can't take 401k out. So I was forced to lose it all and give it away to somebody because I wasn't allowed to take it out. So then they're going to get pissed off. Now they're freaking mad. And they're awake. And it's one of those people who may have been surrounded by other sheeple who goes and has a little talk with the other friends, and then they kind of didn't really want to feel each other out because they all actually did the same thing, kind of. And then they start talking to each other. Oh, you read about that? Did you read about the dollar? And did you know that the Federal Reserve is not a government, it's a private institution? Yeah, did you know? And then they have a little conversation. All of a sudden, the sheeple have just switched like that. That's what the Webbot report said is coming. Of course, the Mayan calendar and the Mayans have already said that's what was coming. At the end of this large cycle, there is a cleansing of the earth and then a renewal period. I believe cleansing through earth changes, yes, there's going to be a lot of people dead. Not the end of the world, but there's going to be some massive problems. And then a new society will form based off of that. The old ways will be thrown out the window, as the Mayans said, and a new way of doing things, a new society will form. They said that the lies will come out and the truth will be told at the end of the cycle. Look around and tell me what exactly is happening right now with WikiLeaks, for God's sakes. Just forget everything else. Just WikiLeaks. The amount of stuff they're uncovering. You got all kinds of stuff coming up right now. You had, a banker walk up to the guy at WikiLeaks. Here's a report on what the Swiss bank's been doing. I'm going to go to jail for giving you this, but it's worth it. Take care. This is massive secrets revealed type stuff that the Webbot said would be coming. Secrets revealed, and whistleblower phenomenon. What exactly is happening? Exactly that, and it's going to get far worse, or in our case, far better, because that's what we want to happen. I'm going to tell you now, you better hurry up and get a food supply, based off of what I'm reading in this report. 3-month minimum if you can afford that. If you can afford more, 6 months, a year. You can go to Costco online. They got a year supply for $1,000. It's good, I think, for one person. So if you have a family of 4, that's 4 months. Or actually, 3 months for a family of 4. That's not bad for $1,000. It's freeze-dried. It lasts years and years and years. You just need water, etc. But again, if you have silver and it's skyrocketing, you'll get some food while other people have a little harder time. But if there's food shortages because crops are failing, well, we're all screwed. So you better just get it. That way, when the water nomads fail epically in the beginning, you can say, oh, thank God I had that 3-month supply because I fed myself. Now they've got a system down that works. I'm going to go join them if you're in that area. Anyways, there's a lot more to talk about. I got to stop now, and I'm going to figure out if I'm going to try to add anything else or not, or just tell you to go get the report. I mean, there's nothing like greatly urgent that I need to tell you other than things I've just mentioned, I guess. But there's a lot of really interesting things in that report that I was kind of surprised to see. Good and bad weather stuff, but good stuff too, to show that the powers that be are now the powers that were, and they're coming to recognize that. They will recognize that in 2011. They don't know it quite yet, but they're fixing to find out. So anyways, talk to y'all later.